Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Tonight, two exclusive stories here on Fox 61. A couple is terrified after a theft on their property. Security cameras capturing someone with what appears to be a machete lurking in their yard. And then a heartbreaking accident claims the life of a husband and father. And family members and loved ones are coming together to remember him and honor his life taken too soon. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden. To Middletown now, where a grieving family is trying to stay strong after a loving husband and father was killed while working on a car. Here's Fox 61's Tim Latow with the exclusive interviews with the man's family and friends.
A family here in Middletown is now mourning after a young father and husband was killed when friends say a car he was repairing fell off a lift and crushed him. He leaves behind a widow and two young daughters.
And he was that guy. Like, if you had any questions, if there was anything to be done, he was there. I mean, there's nothing that guy couldn't do. I always called him MacGyver because there's nothing, he couldn't fix.
Reliable and loving, just a couple of the ways Peter Petrunti describes his friend, Simon Stopka. His brother David recounts the terrible accident that happened Monday morning when Simon was working underneath a car.
And the car got loose and he smashed him, So it's like...
The car came off.
Yeah, they came off from the jack and they smashed his chest.
29-year-old died 10 minutes after arriving at the hospital by ambulance. His wife, Natalia, was devastated.
He dropped down to the floor and Leah said, "Czemu płaczesz? Why are you crying?" in Polish, because we speak Polish at home. And I said that Daddy had an accident and Mommy's got to go and check on him.
Stopka had just started a tree trimming business, and beyond being a nimble and always ready handyman, his friends Paul Suchatsky and Peter Noga say they will remember his smile most of all.
Any bad day, any bad situation, just had a smile on you, and it was contagious to the point, whatever you were having, you had to smile back,
We lost a loving husband, great best friend.
Simon leaves behind two daughters, 2 and 3 years old. Natalia says the hardest part is knowing the girls will have few, if any, memories of their father.
They look, but they don't know what's going on. That's the worst part for me. I've never imagined my life like that.
There's a GoFundMe page for the family. As she continues to mourn, Natalia says she hopes to see a large crowd at his services to pay tribute to her husband and the man who meant so much to so many people.
I invite everyone who knew him just to say that final goodbye. He deserves it.
Family members say services for Stopka will take place on Sunday and Monday. In Middletown, Tim Latow, Fox 61.
All right, Tim, thank you. Connecticut State Police is looking to find whoever stole tens of thousands of dollars worth of items from a home in Colebrook. A young couple says their dirt bikes and a jet ski were stolen. Fox 61's Valerie Moravi spoke exclusively with them about the incident and what they found on security cameras that has them even more worried.
I'm right outside Wednesday Police Department, which is about 10 miles from the home where this burglary happened in Colebrook. Now, the couple tells me they're devastated at what they saw on their security cameras, and they hope no one else has to experience something like this.
And the garage door was wide open. My heart just dropped.
Adam Escaviola says he woke up to go to work that morning when he noticed the garage had been completely damaged and several of their valuable items gone.
That night when we went to bed, we couldn't even sleep. We were both up all night, looking out the windows, checking the cameras. It definitely changed a lot.
This footage captured on the neighbor's security camera shows two people snooping around their yard early Monday. Both Escaviola and his girlfriend Haley Clinton noticed one of the suspects was holding what appeared to be a machete. That image alone, Clinton says, sent chills down her spine.
We're not sleeping at all. There's no sleep. I don't think we will sleep for a very long time. Considering our driveway is about almost a mile long, you can't see us from the road. You have to know we're here.
The couple posted on Facebook Marketplace in an effort to sell one of their dirt bikes, but instead, they say the suspects made off with two of their dirt bikes and the couple's jet ski, all valued at more than $30,000.
And they see your full name and they see what town you're in. It's easy to Google someone's name and find out any information you want about them. And they got all of this information, our address, and they plotted it out.
The couple says they moved to Colebrook to be in a safe area and live the life they always dreamed of with their fur babies. But the unfortunate incident has them feeling extremely shaken up and forcing them to make some serious changes to keep them safe.
Definitely all social media, just changing everything on there.
I mean, we're broadcasting our story in hopes that it helps other people, but unfortunately it's not, like I said, until you're in the situation.
Now, Connecticut State Police Troop B is carrying out this investigation. If you have any information about this incident, or if you think you've seen these items that were stolen, you're asked to contact them. In Winstead, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
Hi, Valerie, thank you. Meteorologist Sam Sampiri here now with the first check of the weather with some classic summer conditions in the forecast here, Sam.
That's right, Brent. We have one more pleasant night, early morning hours, a nice day tomorrow, and then the heat is on. Look at these temperatures now, fairly comfy, except for New Haven and Bridgeport, where it's still in the low 70s, but even there it's okay. You see these 60s going on. And the dew points are just up a little bit, but we're okay overnight. And again, tomorrow, winds are kind of light and variable. We have high pressure right overhead and a few clouds rolling on by. So overnight, we'll call it a mostly clear, partly cloudy night with lows down into the 50s inland to 60 to 65 along the shore. And then during the day tomorrow, we'll start out nice and comfy, a light wind, a bit warmer during the afternoon, some clouds mixing in with highs reaching the low 80s in inland areas. Let's take a look at that temperature profile. And you can see even down along the shore, we're in the low 80s as well. Mid 80s, Hartford, Windsor Locks, and 77 in Groton, New London. So once again, enjoy tomorrow, because coming up, I will detail how hot it will get and what you can expect as we head towards Friday and the weekend. Details coming up in a few minutes. Brent?
All right, Sam, thank you. Developing tonight in Suffield, a woman is dead after a fire ripped through her home. We still don't know how it started. Fox 61's Raven Blue has the story from fire investigators.
A devastating house fire in the town of Suffield claimed the life of an 80-year-old woman who neighbors say was a good person and always there for them. Now investigators are working to determine what caused the fire, while a community mourns a heartbreaking loss.
This is a sad loss for our community and her family. Our hearts are breaking for them.
Brenda Moore couldn't believe the news when she heard that her longtime neighbor, Dolores Green, died in a house fire Tuesday morning in Suffield.
My daughter, they woke up to the house being on fire. She kept calling me. She kept saying, she's in there, we can't get her out.
Roy described the terrifying moment when her family realized something was wrong at the 80-year-old's home. A neighbor, she says, always looked out for others.
She was a sweetheart. She was always watching out for our kids, and I was there, whenever anything happened.
Suffield Fire Department was called to the home around 10:30 in the morning. When they arrived, the house was engulfed. Suffield Fire Chief Scott Cunningham says when firefighters entered the home, they found Green in a first-floor bathroom.
The victim was removed, and despite the best efforts of EMS on scene, the victim was deceased.
The chief explained the dangerous conditions crews faced as they battled the flames.
It was an extremely difficult fire to fight due to the void spaces that were inside the building, and that dictated unsafe conditions. So I had to pull all the members of the fire department outside, and that we had to change our tactics to go to a defensive mode.
The fire didn't just claim a home, but sadly the life of a neighbor whose absence is already deeply felt.
We're all hurting. We're all missing her, and it's a sad thing to have happen this close to home.
Fire Chief Cunningham says it took crews 90 minutes to get the fire under control. The cause of the fire is under investigation by the Suffield Fire Marshal and the Connecticut State Fire Marshal's Office. In Suffield, Raven Blue, Fox 61.
It took decades to investigate and prosecute, but today a woman was sentenced in the death of a Greenwich newborn found stuffed in a garbage truck. 65-year-old Janita Phillips of Florida will serve 5 years of probation for killing her baby back in 1986. It took until 2020 for DNA evidence to break the cold case open. Phillips pleaded guilty to manslaughter this past spring. A judge ruled Phillips acted under extreme emotional distress and said prison would serve no purpose. A Shelton man will spend the next 20 years in federal prison after authorities say he ran a massive drug operation. Investigators say Haydam-Salem imported GBL, a key ingredient used to make the date rape drug GHB. They also found meth, cocaine, ketamine, LSD, and over 1,000 liters of GBL inside his home, along with a drug lab in his shed. Salim had prior federal convictions and was also laundering money through bank accounts and cryptocurrency. Well, by now you've likely seen the sad news that heavy metal icon and self-proclaimed Prince of Darkness Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. His family announced his death in a statement this afternoon, saying in part that he passed away this morning and was with his family and surrounded by love. Osbourne's first rose to fame as the frontman for Black Sabbath before going on to have a successful solo music career. He rocked legendary venues in Connecticut at least a half a dozen times over his decades-long career. Later this hour, we'll look back at what made Osbourne such a revolutionary and at times controversial musician.